I recently went and priced insurance with Progressive, and man, I've never been lied to so many times in a row by one company by so many different people. So I first of all, I, I got insurance. I borrowed a car from my brother-in-law, and I went under his insurance, and just I decided since I was borrowing the car, I I would put full coverage on it. So for like a couple of months while I was using my brother-in-law's car, I was paying full cover insurance, and I thought I was paying just for me. Well, it turns out I was paying for my brother-in-law to be insured. So I called, and there's this guy with this very you know professional voice and stuff. It's like, no, in the state of Florida, you have to be insured. You have to insure the people live under your house. Right away, it's like, no, I don't. I don't think so. So I went ahead and said, hey, what happens if I go and I'm gonna go under somebody else? So I have AAA. I've had it for many years, and I called AAA, and AAA sends me a quote later on. It ends up being considerably less. They couldn't. The quote that they were going to give me under AAA auto insurance, their own auto insurance, was higher than I was paying. So they said, let's just go quote you through Progressive through us. So they sent me a quote through Progressive, and it turns out they're lower than them. So I than the quote from Progressive. So I was going to go with them, but it was New Year's Eve or New Year's or something like that. They were out of the whatever. The person who sent me the quote wasn't available, so I called Progressive, and after this third person explaining giving them the same data information about me. Oh, we have to send you to another department. Oh, because now you have to go. The same company three times on the phone. It turns out that they give me a quote that's almost full coverage insurance quote, and I'm like, and then when they give me the quote, you know what? you know, it was like $100 or $100 and some odd dollars. Well, when it's time, I say, you know what? I'm going to sign up because I want to get it over with. So she wants my checking account information. I'm like, well, they were going to give me a discount on the first month. It was like 60 some odd dollars, and then it was going to go like $100. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready to pay. It's like, you're paying. Okay, I need your account information. It's like, no, I'm not giving you my checking account. I don't want you touching I don't want anybody touching my direct deposit thing. I don't want that. Because if something happens to me, they just keep, if you die or something like that, they just keep taking money out until the process is of your probate is done. So I'm like, no, you don't want that. Well, that changes the price. So right away, they don't notify you of a caveat, meaning there's a clause in there. They should tell you, hey, this is the price, but if you let us go into your account and take it directly every month, we'll give you a discount. Well, it almost went double the price of the first month, and then it went up to like $117. And I'm trying to explain this to the girls, like, no, 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 that's not the price you gave me. Oh, well, that's the price if you do this. It's like, you're supposed to give me you know, disclose the clause of me having to let you into my account, which is not going to happen. I'm not going to let any insurance company. Well, we can give you a discount if you let us monitor. They don't tell you like that, but it's a little thing that goes into your USB, your OBD2 port, your diagnostic port. They basically monitor everything that happens. Don't ever let them do that, because they can use that information to deny coverage if you get into an accident. Say they can use all, because they have movement data. They know if you stop too fast to avoid a collision, and all of a sudden you stop too fast to avoid a collision and you get rear-ended, you know they can blame you for stopping too fast. There's a million ways. I work as a as a certified code interpreter, and most 90% of my work is with insurance companies, and I've seen everything that insurance companies do to avoid paying people. Some of them hire me, but I don't care. It's the truth. So do not use that monitoring device. That no, they will give you a discount. It's not worth it. Because if they can use that same information and twist it around and say it was your fault, the driver, and not cover you, it's horrendous. A lot of the shit that I see these people doing. So I said, you know what, I'm going to think about it. But I called somebody else. Well, it turns out when I called back to get the insurance, the person that was giving me the quote was giving me about $20 more a month on their quote. And then they sent me a quote via the email, and it was like $17 less for the payment. So they're all over the place. You have to be careful. My experience with Progressive, right now I'm staying with them, but I'm gonna keep looking for something else simply because of the bad taste it left in my mouth after they tried, so many different strategies to, get me to sign and give them access to my account and all this shit and all the different lies that they told me. I just don't trust them anymore. So, they need to do something about that.